Hi, I'm Jen Newton, registered dietitian at the Skylights Wellness Center. So in a previous video, I walked you through how to prepare kale for eating. In that video, we baked some kale chips. We also prepared a kale salad. Today, I'm going to walk you through how easy it is to add kale into a pasta dish. Really, we're going to be making today a tortellini and kale and mushroom dish. So this is, we have a couple different kinds of kale. These I picked fresh out of the garden this morning. So this is your traditional curly leaf kale. This is really like what you're going to find in the stores. We also have our purple kale or Russian kale, which again, you can find this in the store as well. Just a different variety of it. We're going to prepare it the same way. I'm going to wash the kale, and then we're going to come back and start getting our pasta dish prepared. All right, so we started our tortellini cooking. We're using tortellini just out of the refrigerator section. I've chosen just to do a cheese tortellini for this particular dish. I diced up my onion. I've used half an onion for this and have washed and prepped most of my kale. I just wanted to again go through and just show real quickly, again, when you're working with kale, you're wanting to cut the leaves away from that center stem because again, that center stem is very fibrous and it can be very tough to eat and doesn't cook down really easily. So once I've removed that center stem, I'm just going to roughly chop my kale. And again, since we're cooking it, we don't need to worry about massaging it to try to soften it up a little bit, but the cooking will take care of that. So I've added a little bit of oil, about a teaspoon or so of olive oil to my pan here so that I can get ready to saute my vegetables. I'm going to start with my onions and mushrooms. And again, one of the great things about this dish, which I love about most pasta dishes, is they're pretty versatile. So if you don't like mushrooms, you can change them out for something else. You could do zucchini instead. I'm going to let these cook just a little bit, and then I'm going to add my kale into it. And of course, what pasta dish is complete without having garlic? So I have some pre-minced garlic here. My garlic in my garden is not quite ready yet. Otherwise, we would have had some fresh garlic today too. But this is a real great, convenient thing to have around. Just add a little bit of fresh garlic. So I'm going to let this cook for just a few minutes. Then as the onions start softening, I'm going to add my kale into it. And once I have all of that going and the kale is softened just a little bit, we're going to come back and add our tomato sauce and work on our seasonings with that. Okay, so we let our garlic, our onion, and our mushrooms then cook to soften just a little bit before we added the kale to it. Now, as you can recall, when the kale was sitting here in the glass bowl, it looked like there was quite a lot of it, but as you can see, it has cooked down quite a bit, which is what kale does. So at this point, our tortellini is done. We're going to add our tomato sauce, and then add our seasoning to it, then finally add our tortellini and get ready to eat. So I'm using just a pan of plain tomato sauce, so I can add my own seasoning to it, because I just prefer to do that. Just always gets a better taste based on what you are making. All right, so just kind of mix that in there. I'm going to add some seasonings. So I have some dried oregano. If you have any fresh, you can use this as well. I'm going to do almost a tablespoon of that. And then same with our basil. Again, if you wanted to use fresh, you can do that as well. Or instead, I think I had oregano in my garden I forgot to pick up this morning, but I didn't have any basil ready. So then I'm going to add some pepper, and you can add however much pepper to taste. If you like things just a little bit spicier, you can add a little bit more. I don't like a lot of spice with my pasta, but just enough. Then I'll add just a little bit of salt. I would recommend starting small in the amount of salt that you add. Again, that's one of those ingredients that we want to, it's important to use because it definitely can enhance flavor, but we want to make sure we're not using any more than we need to. So just kind of stirring that around. We're going to cook it for just a few minutes, just to kind of let those flavors blend a little bit. Since we're using dried spices or dried herbs, we want to give them a chance to just kind of the moisture to get into them and bring some of that flavor out. So once that's done, then I'm going to add the tortellini to the pasta. And just mix that around. And it's just a wonderful contrast of color there with the green and the red with the sauce, as well as the tortellini there. Oh gosh, it smells so good. And it looks delicious as well. Some people like to add a little bit of just a dash of nutmeg to their tomato sauce to just bring out a little bit more of that flavor. It's entirely up to you. But here we go with, this is basically what our dish is going to look like. How beautiful is that? All right, so we've let this heat just a little bit to bring the flavors together. Again, it's a really quick and easy dish. And as you can see, it just, oh gosh, it just comes together so nicely. And it makes a nice product when we are, because you know we eat with our eyes first. I think this just looks extremely delicious. So I did adjust the seasoning a little bit, added some red pepper flakes to it after I tasted the sauce, and I like to add a little Parmesan cheese to the top. So again, you can do that or not. I think it makes, again, really appealing. So here's our final dish. Again, find more recipes, more videos regarding kale on our Facebook page. Kale is readily available at any grocery store as well as a Saturday farmers market here locally and on KFOM, KFOM.org. So enjoy your kale.